Hi, I'm Brett Dupree, and welcome to my awesome health journey. And I just have to say right now is, okay, calm down. You're frustrated. Why am I frustrated? I'm frustrated because technology is messing with me, and there's so many little things that went wrong in the last couple of days that have just pissed me off. And Mercury's not even in retrograde. I'm kind of lonely right now because, I kind of wish I was with somebody to love and hold, and I don't have anybody of that nature. Disappointed because certain things didn't go my way that I would hope would go my way. And, but I'm also happy because I just came back from a good event. I saw two people I haven't seen in a while, and it was great. I love reconnecting with people I know and meeting some new people. The event wasn't as much connection as the connect effects that I expected, but it was still a fun event. But at the same time, that event didn't fill me like it used to. But I think that's because I'm not searching for something uh, personal growth or personal development to fulfill me and change my life and make things better and have that yummy, gooey feeling. I'm just going for the experience and really this idea of connecting with people to put things out there. What did you just see? You saw what I have decided that I'm working in, which is checking in on my emotions. I talked with that with my therapist today as I work on becoming more emotionally aware. But I've noticed that there is a balance of this. As I say, I'm very mindfully aware. I understand my thought process. I think about my thought process all the freaking time. I think about my thoughts. And since I'm an audible thinker, I think out loud about the thoughts I'm just having. And I want to work on being more emotionally aware. But I also want to be more emotionally aware, not in a way that doesn't feed into my disconnection or disassociation, is which how I generally handle my emotions. I remember as a kid, I used to like almost imagine there were like two spies for some reason. That my mind was. I guess that's when you're a kid, and like I would disassociate with my body, and that's just how I dealt with things every once in a while. But that's how I dealt with the emotions because I had an extreme fear of abandonment as a child, which made a huge fear of rejection and standing out just became the worst thing based on many things. I used to blame it on one thing as a child, but like looking back, I could see many different situations and reinforcements and the way like different other family members dealt with my emotions and other family members dealt with uh, me, and how all that just fed into that thought process and that decision making process that I went through. And that's something that I really recognize is the crux of it, is that back then and throughout most of my life, I made feeling bad bad. I mean, number one, I call it feeling bad. And even though I can intellectualize the fact that, like, it's okay that feelings are signals, as I would tell myself many times, I never truly dealt with them as signals. I generally dealt with them with disdain, as if there's something wrong with me at that time, or I need to do something to placate it rather than sit into it and feel it, seeing what story I'm creating and what prediction I'm making, as I read from that book, based off these chemicals that are shooting off in my head, and to really get into that and be able to do it more in real time. Because if you're if I'm in mid conversation with somebody and something emotional happens, and then I go into my head and ask myself what I'm feeling at this moment and how I'm feeling with it and how I'm dealing with it, that's not helpful either. That's not a way to connect with people, or at a way where you're not having conversation with someone. Then you're just. And one thing I've learned, I have resting dumb face or resting blank face. My D&D guy that I play with every Monday that I pay online. Super fun. Start playing that. Whatever. Stop playing I forgot the URL. Just look at online RPG, TTRPG, GMs. Well, anyway, he never can tell if I'm having fun or not because I don't have one of those like emoting faces, if you will. Because that's, I spent most of my years hiding my emotions and just doing my best not to feel. So I stopped developing that kind of face. But at the same time, I think what I'm trying to say is I want to work at being better at really checking in with how I'm feeling and to do some, like, to the end of the day sometimes, especially if I do things, or just check in on my emotional state. As I've talked about in my previous videos, I really want to stop recognizing that I'm getting over something towards the end. Like I was talking about with my diabetes and feeling bad about it. I haven't really noticed how much that bothered me until the last month that I'm starting to feel better about it and feeling more myself about it. I didn't notice my depression from losing Lightworker Toastmasters and COVID and George Floyd and all that stuff happening. I didn't realize how depressed I was. I knew I was depressed, but I didn't recognize how bad it was until I started getting out of it. And I think it's possible. I don't have proof of this because I haven't done it really myself, especially with the big emotions, to recognize the impact of my emotional state at that time and sit with it and work on it and not just like push things to the side and watch TikToks and YouTube all day and not do anything and let my apartment go to shit because I just don't have the energy to clean. And part of me is looking at my actions and thought processes to figure that out. But at the same time, it would be nice to not have to intellectualize that I'm feeling bad because of the actions and the thought processes I'm having. I would like to just feel bad and recognize that, oh, I feel bad. Like, how weird would that be to, feel bad? Man, my beard is so cool. On an off note, I tried on another shirt, and I did a face-to-face of a shirt I tried on 3 months ago and looked at it now and noticing the changes. And I actually can kind of fit the shirt. I'm really close to being super comfortable. It, like, bunches in the back when I sit down, like I did when I talked about last time. But, yeah. It's so close to being able to fit. But it also was like 3 months. This is like, I haven't shaved in like 3.5 months or cut my hair in about 3.5 months. I plan on doing it in August. I'm going to like a barber and see what they could do with my hair to make me look age appropriately nice. Well, anyway, I know that was a non sequitur, but that's something I'm feeling inside. And part of me is nervous about doing that because I haven't been to a barber and I don't know what to ask for because I feel nervousness about looking nice because that's not an area wheelhouse that I have, and I hate being judged by people about my lack of fashion sense. That's me being more vulnerable and talking about my feelings. You notice how open my body is when I do that. Well, anyway, thank you for listening to my rambling. I always appreciate you, and I do love you for who you are. And as always, because I truly believe it and it's important to really feel it, you are worthy.